Bennett's reel in D. And by the way, having the piano back up too is very Missouri and very Missouri Valley. There was not, I've talked to the old timers and R.P. Christensen, who knew a lot about this. He grew up in the Ozarks too, in fact. There weren't guitars around, really weren't prevalent until the 20s, 30s. Before that, it was piano backing up fiddle, and piano at a square dance, and they would put a piano up on a buckboard, you know, 6 people would pick one up and they'd go off down the road and unload it at somebody's house, or they'd go have a dance at a house where there was a piano and they'd set all the furniture out in the yard, and the fiddler would stand in the doorway and play into squares in both rooms, you know, and they'd have a piano there in the house to do the accompaniment. So the guitar is a rather new thing. Really, guitar got a lot of impetus from bluegrass music, of course, too, because guitar is so prevalent there. And then you saw a lot more people packing guitars to fiddle contests. But when I first started playing in the mid-70s, you'd still commonly go to a fiddle contest, and whether it got used much or not, there'd still always be a piano on stage available for someone who brought an accompanist. And some of the fellas, maybe they would bring their wife or a daughter or somebody, or another gentleman. There was several guys who played good backup piano. They'd just sit up on the stage, and if somebody wanted their services, they'd be prepared to back them up in the contest. But it's a great source kind of accompaniment, and you get a whole different rhythmic thing going on than you do with the guitar, you know. It's very balanced. You get a lot of nice bass, light on the right hand. It just gives a nice feel to the music to have the piano. And also they sometimes use pump organs. There's some recordings of these old guys playing with someone backing them up on a pump organ, because those were so prominent. You know, Sears shipped thousands of pump organs built by Beckwith Organ Company in Chicago, and they shipped them all over the Midwest so that people had pump organs in their living rooms and their little oil lanterns with doilies. That's the kind of image I have of the upper Midwest farmhouse, you know, deck that they have a drawing room or a side room where they entertain, and there's the pump organ and the little lanterns and these, you know, ornate furniture, all ordered from Sears, you know. House by Sears. So Bennett's reel, play a little bit, and then I'll try not to talk too much and play more. So that's our real, that's again, you know, that's note, 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 that's all 16th notes, the whole thing, running 16th notes. And that, yeah, and that tune appears in Cole's 1,000 Fiddle Tunes, or that Ryan's book I talked about. And also it appears in there as titled the Great Eastern Reel. So it's Bennett's Reel or Great Eastern. And the Irish call it the Silver Spire, I believe. The Irish play it too. So but it's a book tune, you know, that somebody yanked out of a book. I think Bob Walters, this guy I was talking about, who's sort of the great exponent of this style of playing, he could read. He had some books that I've been searching for forever, and they're not even indicated in the Library of Congress online. Some books called E.T. Root and Company's Gems of the Ballroom. There's some old books that were published in the 1800s, and he apparently, according to Dwight Lamb, who was his protege, played a lot of tunes from these books. Uncle Bob, they called him Uncle Bob. He played some unusual things. He played minuets and galopes, and lots of schottisches and things that weren't hoedowns like I was just playing there. So